How are you deceived? Allah has made the playing field equal for all of us. It's just a matter of how we live our lives, how ethical we are, how God conscious we are. It's a matter of perfecting whatever Allah Azza wa Jal has allowed us to perfect in our daily routine. And brothers and sisters, of the beauty of this faith, wallahi, this faith is so beautiful. I sometimes wonder how people without faith even live their lives. Wallahi, I don't understand how people without religion live their lives. Without religion, without iman, to me life is meaningless. To me life ceases to have a higher purpose. How could you live when you don't believe in a higher power? You don't believe in a hereafter, when there is no source of optimism? There are so many positives to be a righteous Muslim. Of the biggest positives, of the greatest blessings that Allah has given us, is that in fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put within us the capacity to feel fulfilled when we are religious. Allah has allowed us to taste the sweetness of iman in this world. Can you imagine if we didn't have spirituality, if we had no qulub in the sense of spiritual qalb? Can you imagine if it was a list of routines you must do, and it's a list of do's and don'ts, and that's it? And there was no sense of tasting the divine, of appreciating religiosity, of enjoying the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How difficult would religiosity be? But no, Allah Azza wa Jal has made things easy for you. And of what He has done, He has created within me and you the capacity to enjoy and appreciate religiosity. When we are connected with Allah, when we have an attachment with the divine, we feel a sense of ennoblement, a sense of dignity, a sense of purpose, a sense of tranquility. That's why we're all sitting here. It's now 2:30 a.m. The masjid is packed to capacity. Many of you have work tomorrow. What are you doing here? You're here because in your heart there is an emptiness that will only be filled by the worship of Allah. There is a thirst that will only be quenched by an attachment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah has gifted us the capacity to have that thirst quenched, to have that emptiness filled. Can you imagine if there was no such thirst, if it was all neutral? Allah gifted us the capacity to love and to be loved by Him, and to feel that love, and to feel appreciated, and to feel that inner tranquility. My today's khatira was about dhikr being tama'ninatul qalb, right? Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. Isn't that what we're all looking for, brothers and sisters? That internal happiness, itmi'nan al-qalb. Isn't that what everybody is desiring? All of mankind, Muslim or Kafir, what do they want? That perpetual quest for inner happiness. We know this. We've all lived enough to know this. Unfortunately, those who don't turn to religion have been deluded into thinking that happiness will be found in other than religiosity. And so we find large segments of mankind thinking happiness is this dunya. Let me run after the dunya. Let me get more of this world. Let me get a bigger bank account, a bigger car, a bigger house, and I shall be happy. And wallahi, brothers and sisters, we all know, studies have shown, and your life has shown, that happiness is not in this dunya. It's not in possessions. It's not in what you own. No person in all of human history has achieved a certain amount of money and then said, khalas, this is the secret of happiness. Now I am happy for the rest of my life. We all know this. We all know this. In fact, frankly, a lot of times, those who have more wealth, their quality of life is poorer. Their inner happiness is poor. They're the ones with higher blood pressure, going to the psychiatrist and shrinks and having internal issues and family problems and whatnot. Frankly, that's what multiple surveys have shown, and we know this. We know happiness is not found in this dunya. It's not found in the pleasures of this dunya. We know this as well. We know haram pleasures give us temporary pleasure that then brings about regret and remorse. We know this. The pleasures of alcohol and drugs and haram sensuality, we know these are temporary pleasures. Yes, a few minutes we get some ecstasy and high, and then after that we feel empty. Bankrupt is what we feel. We feel morally corrupt. We feel, why did I need to do that? This is the reality of sins. But when you're here tonight, when you go home, you're going to feel a sense of peace and tranquility. You're going to feel a genuine sense of spiritual high. Appreciate Allah has given you this high. Allah has given you the capacity to understand that religion and religiosity brings about a comfort. Brothers and sisters, we have 2 nights left of this month. 2 nights. And right now, how you feel, you're going to miss it in 3, 4, 5 days. Let's be honest here. Our teacher, Sheikh ibn Uthaymeen, he would remark, at the end of Ramadan, 2 types of people are happy. The first are those who are happy that Ramadan is over, they can go back to eating and drinking, living a sinful life. And he says, for them Ramadan was a waste. And the others will be happy